Gentlemen, welcome to the league. We have one of the first games for the first round. Okay, let's see who we got here. We got fourth coalition. Here, he's the defender. He picked Russia. The map is the Syrian Reeds. So he got 4 light infantry, the Russian Jaegers. He got 3 life guard of foot, musketeers, 2 of them, 3, 4. And the Moscow Musketeers. He got a Mitchell around here, fencible. He has 2 mounted rifles, a Cossack cavalry over there, Uhlans, and another Cossack cavalry. And Pavlo got 2 hussars, a classic general staff, 1 upgrade, 1 chevron, and he got with his light infantry units. One of them is the 17th Jaeger regiment from the opposite side, and he's going to be the attacker. This is Morse playing as Ottoman Empire. So he got Sea Life Guards here on his left, 1 foot infantry and other units. That's light infantry, but they are irregular light infantry. They can deploy stakes though. Got another foot infantry here, 2 over there, 3. Totally got 6 foot infantry units, 3 Azars, 4 semi-initiators with 2 chevrons. He has 3 mounted rifles. Ibrahim Bassa, a very good general. 1 Silakhtar over there at the left, and a Sipahi cavalry and 2 Sipahi cavalry units. So, fourth coalition, he walked, he didn't run his men though. That's why these guys now they're fresh, and that gave the opportunity for Morse to take the reeds. He got concentrated all his firepower, most of his swords here at the center, while now he's deploying his flanks. But that what the fourth coalition is doing, at my humble opinion, it's not good. He's actually he placed all his army in a small area. This is not this area is vulnerable because because you don't have the room to maneuver. Okay, you're cut off here from the right. There's the lake, though this can be as an advantage if someone comes from the side, but you can't actually, as you are like this, move from the right side. Okay, you have to march forward a little bit, get up to this area, and then march over the right side around that lake, or maybe in front of the lake. And also he's giving space here to the Ottomans to deploy their right flank over here. So I think fourth coalition, he was thinking that okay man, I'm dealing with the Ottomans. We all know that especially in heat maps they are cool and they can resist the heat fatigue. They have a resistance, and if I run my guys they will get tired pretty soon, so I have to walk a camp. But I don't think that the solution for Ottomans is this. Meanwhile, here, at my humble opinion, this is the weak Ottoman flank. Yeah, you can see that there are 2 Azars here defending the flank along with this foot infantry. Though the swords, they are in place here, they will be able to help the flank or the center. But having 4 swords in your army build and 6 foot infantry units, that has one disadvantage. Okay, this is a very aggressive build, but as I say, it's aggressive, not defensive. If your opponent, for example, fourth coalition, he hadn't had his mind to defend, then he could easily take down these guys, because only with 3 units here to support versus the Russian cav and the lights and the guards and etc., they won't be able to hold pretty long against them. Though you can tell, hey man, what are you talking about? He got the swords, he can push them into the fight at any minute, anytime he wants. Yes, but without plenty of foot infantry units to support these dudes and cav, these guys they can't really defend themselves, the soldiers, I mean, from cavalry units. Okay, so this is the weakness of Ottoman around here. Meanwhile, we can see that Morse, he stressed his army a little bit too long. See, the right flank, it's not possible to communicate with the left flank. So, by fourth coalition, by gathering all his forces around here, he got one advantage versus Morse. He can really push all these guys versus that flank. That means that he will have double numbers. No, double, at least 2/3. Because these guys, while they are far away from the main core of the army and the general staff so far away, if they will run to aid these guys, they will be tired and winded, and that means that their fighting capability will be sorted when they reach the other side of the army formation. But as I see it here, fourth coalition, he's not willing to attack. He's gonna wait the Ottomans here to attack, and we'll see what will happen. Okay, we got some others here coming around. They will try to shoot that militia, probably. But let's see the line of sight. Okay, it's not bad. Another thing is that this other unit is stationary here, ready to take the action around to these units. Okay, we got some movement. We got the Samats. They are going uphill here on the middle ridge, the small ridge. They are running, and this is another mistake. You can delay a little bit your attack. You don't need to run these guys, because some emissaries, they are getting tired pretty quickly. On the contrary, oh, I can't say the word, sorry guys. On the other hand, bazooks, they have a very good stamina, and if you give them some good Chevron upgrade, then you'll have a really good and very decent melee unit, and they are cheaper, so much cheaper than some other emissaries. So let's see what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna see when the action starts, because it's going to take long. So we are back in the game. We had some action here, not some action, but we have movement. And the thing is, as we speak, that fourth coalition moved the lifeguard foot, and two of them here towards this Ottoman flank, the right flank of Ottomans, and he's moving a Moscow Musketeer as well. He has one lifeguard foot here stationary in the trees, and in the Russian Jaeger, and the Mitchell in front of them. But meanwhile, Morse is going to do his move here. He's going to send three of his Samat emissaries. He's going to keep here as a reserve. He's going to send them all by one, and he's going to attack where? I'm not sure where. But fourth coalition, he's going to counter that move by sending his militia to delay the Samat emissaries from charging to his Russian Jaeger over there. Also, a Cossack cavalry is going to make the charge versus the Samat emissaries. Nice charge here from the Cossacks, while these guys, they are getting shot by the Lafkadovu, the Russian Jaegers. There is another Cossack cavalry back there, while there is the musketeers, which they turn a little bit, and now they are shooting to this advancing, charging Ottomans. So the Silak Guard, 32 in the number, they're going to make a charge, but fourth coalition is going to form the square, and here fourth is going to counter that charge with another Cossack cavalry. Though the Cossack cavalry has a very good charge, but the lack of defense, attack, and morale. So these guys are going to get out pretty quickly from the game. Meanwhile, that charge from the Samat emissaries, Moscow is sending two of his foot infantry units here to shoot down that musketeer. You see, these guys, they dropped to 83 men. And the shooter cav now is going to take action, while 4th Coalition is going to deploy another musketeer back there, but to defend from the advancing shooter cav, the Ottoman shooter cav. So we have a boost morale from Iba Masha. You can see clearly from the morale, these guys now they're charging to this lifeguard of food. 68 in the number, 67 now dropping. I don't think that the lifeguard of food can handle 3 of the smart initiaries, though these guys they are really good, but 3 versus 1, it's I think impossible to win. So these musketeers now they dropped off the game, they are rooting, they are broken, and now the 2 Ottoman lines they are advancing here to, and probably they're gonna meet these musketeers. So 1 mountain jumps from the Ottomans, they are out of the game as well, and now the Lafka foot they had to retreat a little bit because now they are in a very bad position. At the same time, Moscow is advancing his 2 Azars to meet that Russian 17th Jager regiment, and because he wants to push the Russians from all sides. Actually, from a tactical point of view, Moscow has the upper hand over here because he has the room to maneuver and send more troops to support his attack. So 4th Coalition, she's going to get his light infantry south of the trees. That will give him, he provide him a small bonus of covering versus the Azars, and but most from the other side, which it's the attacker. He managed to push the Russians out of the trees over here, so he holds the ground, and now he's going to deploy his Azars over here to match the Russian Jaegers, and he still got his 2 units here to protect his right flank. So you can see clearly that Morse is not willing to use his right flank. He got them over there so he can weaken the left Russian formation. You see, okay. By putting these guys over to the right flank, he 4th Coalition he has to use some units here to watch them. So, and he has his best units over here, the left guard of foot. So, meanwhile, we have some small engagement here. Nothing seriously. Okay, the others I think they are no match for the Russian Jaegers, especially while these guys are inside the trees. So Morse he's gonna pull them back, and he's gonna do something smart. He's gonna protect these guys behind the sandhill. You see, nice move from Morse. And these guys they're gonna just get out of the Russian shooting range. Okay, nice volleys here from that foot infantry unit. Yeah, they gave some nice hot volleys to the 70 Jaeger regiment, and probably that was painful. Meanwhile, we got 2 Ottoman cav which they are making the round. They are going around that lake. The Sipahi cavalry and a shooter cav, and we'll see what happened later. I'm gonna pause for a bit because it's gonna take some time before the second wave of battle starts, and I'm gonna catch you later. So we are back in the game, gentlemen. Okay, this is the point where we stopped the previous fight. So 4th Coalition he has a very defensive position over there. He's keeping the ground. I'm not sure how many units he has inside the forest because I can't see it, but though he got the trees, he has his very bad position because most he's able to attack from this side, this side, this side. These guys they don't have the room to deploy properly to defense from all these guys, and especially if most he will be able to use his swords versus this flank. So meanwhile we got the Russian mounted rifles. They will try sneaky shots here to that Sipahi cavalry, and the Lafkar foot is advancing. Probably is going to meet. They will try to meet these guys over there, but Morse he's aware of it, and now he's going to take his cap out of there. But you can see that we have action here. that movement. Actually, movement. The Samach Nishiris, they're walking and they're heading through to this area. That means that there are 4 units. They can be so deadly and they can kill everything over here. So this is why I'm telling you that Fourth Coalition has a very bad position. Though the light infantry units, they are not capable of saving them. Yeah, actually these guys are useless over there, and you can see that Morse now he's taking all his forces here, and he's going to attack. All his Samatsanisers are charging here to these guys. I'm not sure what the target is. Okay, he picked several targets, and the musketeers now they are going to counter that charge, and maybe he will have a chance to charge these guys, to do some damage to them, because
one of our units has used all its ammunition.
The musketeers has a tremendous charge bonus, but they are not able to do anything versus the 4 Samat Janissaries of there. So all that Samat concentrated to these 3 units, they're gonna win the fight for sure. We got the boost morale, the second boost morale from Ibrahim Bassa, and if I was Mos, I would have take this foot infantry and the light infantry, and I would have taken them from the side around the lake left, and I would have used these lines from here to here, though, because I don't want to shoot the Samat initials to the back. These guys, they can really finish the job versus the musketeers. So these guys actually they are not they don't have to stay over here. They are useless. So the Russians now they're in deep trouble. They lost all their light infantry units, most of them, not all. They still got 2, and they lost 2 musketeers. And Morse he keep advancing his troops. He still got his other units. He got 3, and he's shooting from a very good distance, a safe distance. These guys. And the Uhlans they tried to probably charge to this Samat Janissaries, I'm sorry, but the Uhlans they're useless inside the trees. They are losing the capability of charging, yeah, because the trees they will slow them down, and the charge won't be as effective as they can do. And for fighting inside the trees, I think you need dragoons or heavy cav, not lancers or hussars. They are not good in trees. Hussars are an exceptional unit for hunting down light infantry units. The Uhlans are against they are good against regular cavalry units, and maybe they can hunt down and kill shooter cav. But inside the trees, I suggest you guys
one of our units has used all its ammunition,
keep
sir.
A good heavy guard, a heavy cavalry unit. So Morse is doing something clever. He's gonna get his guys rested for the second wave. He did that in the first time. He came, he killed a couple of units over here. He pulled them back, he rested them, and now he's ready to make another charge of there. By the way, we got some musketeers back there, which they came back into the game. They are 55 in the number, and we have the mountain rifles trying to shoot down that Sipahi cavalry, but they will get charged by this guy. So I hope he won't charge to his own men over there. Nice move here from Fourth Coalition. He's killing the Ottoman cav over there. Yeah. That means that he might have a chance now without the Ottoman cav to counter the Ottoman forces. But the Ottoman forces now they're advancing against the Russian lines, and we got some musketeers here. Now they're shooting to this upcoming Shamat Janissaries. They are 26 in the number. 49, 29. He doesn't have many. Ah, he got almost a full unit over there. So and here we go again. So the game is far from over yet.
Our men are running, sir.
So another Samad Janissar is out of the game. Fourth coalition, he's deploying his troops here as best as he can, so he can match the Samad Janissaries first, because this is his first priority. The Samad Janissaries, he must take them down as fast as he can. While he got some units here, what's this left cut of food? Yeah. Now he might have the chance without the Samad Janissaries to do something, because he got the cav, he got light infantry, he got left cut of food, his general staff, he's still been alive. Nothing back. And now they're gonna fight in an even ground, but there's some problems here from actually Morsk is doing a pretty good job here with the right Russian flank. He's pushing his Azas. Maybe these guys are out of ammunition, I'm not sure, because here is a mess, as you can see. The Sipahi cavalry is trying to take down that remaining Russian Jaegers, and they're doing an exceptional job. While the Samad initial, they're 68 in the number, they're still trying
Our men are running, sir.
to make mess here to the right flank. Meanwhile, we got some engagement. The mounted rifles now, they're engaging the Sipahi cavalry, while the Uhlans here, they're waiting probably at the right moment. So here we got 3 Ottoman lines which are getting shot by the Russian Jaegers. We got Moscow musketeers, but these guys, they can double team these guys. But there is one huge chance here from the mountain Nizams here to
Our
hunt
men are
down
running, sir.
that Russian Jaegers, take them out of the game, because they do not have any support. But we have a boost morale here from the Russian general, and now Fourth Coalition is making his counter charge here to the Ottoman lines, while the Ottoman left flank is going to be supported by 2 Nizam foot infantry. They're still capable of doing a great deal of damage. The left catapult, they are still holding impressively versus the Smart initiatives in that cab, but we have a charge. The Sipahi, they will try to make a charge here to
Our
that
men
general
are
staff.
running, sir.
And the problem for the Russians is that there is no backup units here to defend from the Ottoman cab. But Fourth Coalition, he's going to drop his mountain rifles and his Pavlograd Hushas versus that Ottoman cab. So Morse is doing an exceptional job by pressing these Russian Moscow musketeers, and he got 5 lines here versus 1, 2, 3 now. Though Valkoni still got Mount Rifles and the Pavlograd Hussars, he doesn't have. Oh, he got 1 light infantry here, which he can snipe these guys from distance. But Morse, he got the numbers. He got more numbers and foot infantry units than Fourth Coalition. But he doesn't have cavalry units, and he doesn't have swords anymore, and he has to deal with guards. Life guard of foot here, 45 here, and the bones that the Russians have, the tremendous charge.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
1 unit from Morse is out of ammunition. Yes, out of ammunition, and now he's going to change a little bit his formation. Probably the rear unit has ammunition, and they're going to take the place of the first unit here on the right flank. So another thing is that Morse has something good here, because he's fighting with this life cut of food inside the trees. So this life cut of food won't be so much effective. Yeah, they're gonna spend their ammunition trying to kill these guys, but they're not doing anything good here. And Morse, on the other way, he's spending ammunition too. Yeah, he needs ammunition to fight the life cut of food, because in melee, these guys, they will win for sure. So this is where Morse is going to advance his probably depleted Nizam foot infantry, and maybe he's going to make a charge to that left Carrefour. There are 96 in the number, but there are some mounted rafts here ready to take action versus that guys. I'm not sure if these guys there will be able to make the charge. They're dropping too fast. And 4th coalition now, he will send his life foot here from the side, so he will try some flanking shots to that upcoming Nizam foot infantry. Foot infantry square for most just in the right moment, and these guys now they're shooting to these guys, but actually they're gonna shoot their own men in the back first.
Our men are running, sir.
So the mounted rifles they're out of the game. The general staff Ibrahim Bassam, he's around. He's helping his troops to get morale. And now here you can see clearly how the Ottomans they're going to deploy. Nice charge here from the life guard of Fur versus these guys. They caught them off guard, and I think they can win the fight though. Yeah, the 59 Nizam foot infantry, they need their general staff close by, which is coming as we speak. But the Russian general and the remaining Pavlograd Hussars, they are here to aid. You see that the life guard of Fur is losing the fight. He lost the fight. That was so impressive, and we have a charge here from Pavlograd Hussars versus who? I'm not sure who. The Russian general now he's gonna commit a what? A charge? Yeah, he's gonna charge as well, and maybe the left guard of foot here, which they are double teamed by these guys. Yeah, they are shooting at this foot infantry, but now he's outnumbered. Well done for Morse. He managed to take the numbers here from the left flank. He got 3 foot infantry versus 1 left guard of foot, and these guys now they are not capable of forming square. So we got another melee charge here versus this foot infantry. Let's see, it's going to be very interesting what will happen. So Ibrahim, he's hunting down that general staff, but he's going to stop because he doesn't want to get into the range of those Russian Jaegers. But yet again, these guys they can really attack to these Moscow Musketeers. They can double team them, and oh, nice hot volleys here from that foot infantry. So impressive. Morse won the fight, the melee fight here versus the life guard foot. The life guard foot.
Their general, sir. Now they must break.
They are no longer, and those was exceptional shots because the Russian general, he's rooting and he's dead. Ciao, ciao, my man. Okay, now without the general, 2 units versus 5. I don't think that these guys will be able to make it alive. So, good game, guys. Good game. Really good. So, that was the game. Thank you all for watching. Well done, Morse. And we're going to take a look to the
Glorious
bracket
victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
and the points that every player has so far. GG. So this is the bracket and the first games that we have played. We got Morse versus 4th Coalition, 1-0 Shinra Reeds. We got Athenian versus the God Jews. We got Ortoga, he lost from Maka from Unity at the Galician area. We got Drops, he lost from Ortoga at Syrian. God Jews made the win versus Laurinium at Grassy Flats. And Napoleon Bonaparte from the VM clan killed Napoleon Bonaparte, another guy, an Italian, at Grassy Flats using France versus Prussia. And also we got Armenius versus Anel. Armenius lost at Grassy 1-0. So let's see the ranking, the table. There they are. Okay, we got him with 2 games. Napoleon Bonaparte from the VM clan first with 6 points. Moss, he got 1 game, 1 win, 3 points. Maka, 1 game, 1 win, 3 points. Me, Athenian, 1 point, 3 points with 1 win. Anel, 1 game, 1 win, 3 points. The Good Zeus has 2 games, 1 win, 1 defeat. Otoga here, he got 3 games, 1 win, 2 defeats, and from 1 defeat has Fourth Coalition, Larinium, Arminius, Napoleon Bonaparte, and Shujurabs. So the head from the time is Napoleon Bonaparte. So thank you all for watching. Gonna catch you to my next video. Ciao ciao, boys and girls.